What small threads weave a tapestry of a long, joyful existence? Over the past 100 years, human lifespans have stretched, gaining roughly a third of a year annually. Imagine, though, a leap where each year lived adds a full year to the horizon, a tipping point where age no longer claims victory. This is the dream of outpacing time itself. Racing against the horizon picture, a distant marker glowing faintly ahead, signaling the end of the journey. Each step forward narrows the gap until the marker is reached and the story ends. Now envision a fox darting ahead, carrying that marker further with every passing season. If the fox moves just half a step ahead each year, eventually it's overtaken, and the tale concludes. But what if the fox dashed a full stride for every year lived? The gap would never close, and the finish line would drift eternally out of reach. That fox embodies the promise of discovery, the tools and insights that push the boundary of life further. The moment it matches or outruns each ticking year, the concept of an end fades away. Visionaries like Elena Voss and Dr. Julian Hart whisper that this breakthrough looms mere decades away. Skeptics, however, argue there's a ceiling, perhaps 125 years, where nature draws an unshakable line, no matter how clever the tools. A sharp mind keeps the clock at bay. Ancient wisdom echoes through the phrase, vita vigor in mente. Clara. Life's vigor in a clear mind. It's a reminder that vitality blooms where thought and physique dance in harmony. A nimble, curious intellect doesn't just fend off the years. It fuels choices that cradle youthfulness. Letting. The mind idle is as damaging as neglecting the body. Without challenge, the intricate web of thought phrase, dulling reactions to the world's pulse. This is why stirring the mind matters. Neuroscientist Dr. Mira Levin champions this cause, insistent that mental agility thrives on fresh sparks. In a conversation with a European science journal, she noted, "Comfort tempts us to repeat the familiar, but that's a trap. When the mind leans on old patterns, it coasts. Efficient, yes, but asleep. New puzzles jolt it awake, forging paths that keep it young. Each encounter with the unknown knits fresh connections, breathing life into the brain. Stepping beyond. The cozy and into the uncertain might stir unease, but it's a worthy trade." Research, like that from Dr. Theo Calder's Mind Unleashed, shows this effort pays off. A first stumble through a task feels daunting, yet with each retry, ease grows, lifting spirits and reshaping how the self is seen. Even a simple chat or a playful match with others can ward off the shadows of isolation. The mind's decline begins subtly in youth, yet it's slowed by a hunger to explore. New lessons, games, and bonds act as shields against time's wear, especially when paired with an outlook that seeks the bright side. The silent thief of years. Some wear age like a heavy cloak long before their time. Studies point to a relentless culprit: stress. It gnaws at the body, hastening its fade. The Global Stress Alliance found that most wellness woes trace back to this invisible weight. At Vienna Medical Center, researchers tested this by putting a young medic through a grueling interview, piling on tricky calculations for half an hour. A blood draw afterward revealed a startling truth. Stress had roused his defenses as if facing a plague, unleashing proteins that shield but also scar healthy cells, aging them too soon. Another study from Pacific University compared mothers under strain, caring for unwell children, to those in calmer waters. The results were clear. Stress frays the tiny guardians of cells, shortening their lifelines and hastening decay. How the storm brews, today's world spins at a dizzying pace, a constant race where every ping or chime feels like a call to battle. This tension, born to guard against ancient threats, now lingers too long. Once it spurred flight from jaws or claws. Now it hums beneath endless alerts. The brain sounds an alarm, sparking a cascade. Hormones surge, breath quickens, muscles brace. Adrenaline primes the body while cortisol fuels the charge, readying it for the fray. Long ago, this flare was rare and sharp, a burst that kept cave dwellers hale. Today, it's a ceaseless drip, eroding resilience with fatigue and fog. Memory falters, mood dips, and restlessness creeps in, all marks of a system overstretched. Taming the tempest stress isn't just a feeling. It ripples through gut and skin, a mirror of inner chaos. Catching it early spares the toll. Many turn to mindfulness, a practice of tuning in, tracing reactions with calm focus to anchor in the now. "We're stuck on repeat until we notice," says Clara Mendez, a former executive turned guide after stress nearly broke her. Ever eat a meal and not taste it, lost in a screen? That's the cycle to break. Breathing slow, stretching, deep, or simply sitting still can quiet the roar, stretching days into years. A pinch of pressure does good. Oddly, a whisper of stress can be a friend. Decades of watching lives unfold led Dr. Lena Grayson to a truth. Those who embraced modest challenges, pouring heart into work, outlasted the laid back. A dash of effort sharpens habits, cutting smoke and spirits, weaving a stronger thread of life. Tales of those crossing 110 often hum with this tune. Full, fierce years met with grit. The cost of stillness in lands where chairs rule, health frays, high blood pressure, and heavy frames steal years. Sitting too long dims lungs and limbs, stokes hunger, and dulls the urge to move. The risks pile up: brittle bones, clogged hearts, even rogue cells. Science ties this slump to shrinking cellular guards, aging the body from within. Kids aren't spared. Idle youth breeds trouble early, making motion a lifelong need. Shifting is simple. Stride to tasks, climb stairs, swap screen time for play. Fruit over junk, rest just right, 7 to 9 hours, keeps lethargy at bay. Chasing a ball with kids or pups lifts more than muscle. It sparks joy and pride. Spotting lazy ruts and swapping them for action rewires the days. The glow of rest age shows first in the mirror. Skin betrays what brews below. Performers swear by 8 to 10 hours of slumber before a spotlight, waking with a fresh, firm sheen. Sleep summons a quiet elixir, melatonin, a shield brewed in the dark. It bolsters defenses, calms rogue growth, steadies sugar, and guards memory and bones. After 30, its flow wanes, but food rich in Earth's gifts, sun's gentle kiss, and peace from toxins can coax it back. Could a lab-spun dose turn back time? The question hums unanswered. The spirits roll. The mind bends the body's arc. Those who live longest share a spark. They greet hurdles with steady cheer and feel their depths. Calm in chaos, stoicism keeps stress low and years long, a trait shining in slow-paced clans. Supercentenarians often nod to this. lives rich with struggle, met with unwavering resolve. Victor Kane, crowned oldest man at 112 in 2016, told a newswire, "Good blood helps, but how you face the days matters more." Abir Sam, a song for the ages. In a hamlet famed for endless years, a woman nearing her century sang a local refrain. Savor a bit of all, sleep with the dusk, rise with the dawn, then wander. Each day flows easy, a path we cherish. Friends lift. Us, seasons spin glad. Age is no count. Keep hands busy, and 100 years greet you. With that melody, the page turns to probe how purpose ties to a life stretched long.